And hello, welcome to a Trollcast. You've got myself, who is not Bob. In fact, I ought to have changed that. Obviously, we're all part of the Masters Committee. Oh, and I'll just remove that. And if people would like to introduce themselves, because I think most people know me.
Well, I'm George Kirk. I'm currently chairing the Masters Committee, and I'll be TOing the Masters on the weekend.
Awesome.
I'm Mark Cunningham. I'm Southeast, what's it called? Masters Rep for UK, and George's bitch.
Yeah, I think we're both one of those. What's up, Bob? It's not
just.
Thank you. See you later.
Bit of a delay, is there?
Apparently. Right, well, at least we know we are live. You can now see us.
Yeah.
Two people watching. I can see we've got viewers in the top corner, so that's at least a bonus. And today is going to be about doing the draw for the weekend and the first round. So, George,
Are you
as you're the
announcing
TR,
the scenario?
Yes, I've got it ready. Got it all here.
Drum roll.
Yeah, so the first scenario for the weekend is going to be Dominate.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, me and you, Mark, will have to decide who's playing this one because we've had a late dropout, haven't we?
Yeah,
Yes.
a surprising one at that. And it's,
Well,
yeah.
We'll just send love to Mr. King
love,
and hope
love,
all's well
yeah.
soon. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's a shame I can't get him drunk this weekend. But I suppose I had last weekend where I did, weekend before where I got him very drunk. So got these things to do. So would we like to start with the first table's draw? Let's see.
So I've got my very high-tech bits of paper ready, you can see.
Yay!
So let's get the first one. And the first one is Grant Alexander.
Okay.
Twilight Kin.
Mm-hmm.
And he will be playing Stephen Pearson.
Awesome. Is he Salamanders?
Salamanders indeed, yeah.
Yeah, he usually is. People keep trying to chat
he's...
to me online. Go away, chat.
That's the two best in race. Best in race Twilight Kin, best in race Salamander, I believe. Going up against each other. And Grant's just popped in the chat as well, so he'll be able to see what's going on.
Yeah, I just saw chat pop up on the bottom corner of the screen. So I apologise to everybody that is watching. We're big screen at the second. Having chat occasionally pop up, I can't seem to turn it off. Swines. Right. Okay. So table 2.
Right. Table 2 is going to be Rusty Shackleford with his Abyssal Dwarves.
Okay.
Up against Matt Hobday with Halflings.
Ooh.
I just knew somebody was going to start doing that.
Yeah.
Had to be Nick, didn't it?
Always somebody. Right, so
Yeah.
that was Rusty v. Matt. I'm just making sure I write these things down so we don't lose track.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess Mark can put them straight in. Oh, Mark's gone.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll keep going. He'll turn back up in a minute. I'll just keep an eye out for him.
Yeah, cool. So table 3, I've got Ed Herzig.
Okay. Welcome back, Mark.
Yeah, press the wrong one.
Always happens. I've met you.
Oh, yeah.
Ed Herzig, who's playing Empire of Dust, is going up against it's a Southern Clash Andy Marshall, who's got Kingdoms of Men.
Moonraker time.
Yeah.
First one out.
Okay. And
that's going to annoy me before long.
Yeah. Table 4 is going to be Bob Aspen.
Okay.
And he is going up against Cy Brand. So Bob's got 3 dwarves and Cy is Ratkin.
That's a nice.
They've both played before and enjoyed it, I think. So that'll be a nice one to watch.
Mm.
We'll have to chat to all of them as to who wants to be the first on the stream. I can hear Bob whimper in the background already.
Excellent. And table 5 then is going to be Daniel Wolfgang Wright.
Cool.
And yeah. Oh, hi, John Guns. Nice to see you. And he's going to be up against John Quayle. So that's Dwarves against Basileans. Or Basilians, however you wish to say it.
I think there's that many different ways of saying things.
Yeah. Will live.
Yeah.
Table 6 then is Chris Walsh with his Trident Realm and Night Stalkers.
Yep.
Up against Steve Hildrew, who was sold out and is taking Undead.
Yeah, just to prove they're not OP because it's Steve Hildrew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, bless him. Right.
So table 8.
Tables. Yep.
Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
7.
6? No, 7. 7, I can count.
7.
Is John Guns.
Okay.
With Goblins. And he is going up against Rob Phipps with Northern Alliance.
To be fair, I'm not seeing any easy matchups here.
It's Masters.
There shouldn't be. It is Masters.
Oh yeah, I know, but it's cool.
It is definitely.
So now
still some big names to come out yet.
Oh, definitely, and Nick Williams and Tom Robinson. There's not very many left.
Now, if they're both playing each other at the beginning.
Does Nick have his toys ready just in case it goes out the pram?
Well, he's already said he's going to throw a paddy if that's what happens. So we've got table 8, Chris Lynch with Elves. And he is going up against... It's okay, Nick's not going to throw a paddy. Nick Williams.
It's Nick.
Undead. So 6 names left. So table 9, Tom Robinson. Oh, it was close.
It was.
2 names drawn next to each other, just on different tables.
Oh, come on, we just need Rob Hudson to come out now. Sorry,
It
Rob.
is Michael Smith.
Oh, that's mine. Okay.
Gets the honour of facing off against the previous master. So Michael Smith with Ratkin Slaves against Tom with his Rhodia. Table 10 then, Nick Davies with Farringer up against David Fletcher, who is Order of the Green Lady. So that means that stand-in, one of you two, is going up against the last name, Robert Hudson.
Oh.
With 3 dwarves. So Ratkin against 3 dwarves.
Cool.
Is that one where you're going to be itching to play then, Jan, or are you going to let Mark have that one?
Oh, I think we'll roll the dice for it on the day. see how we feel, and we'll let Rob worry about which of us he's going to have to cope with. Although I can't really reach across the table and slap Rob nowadays. He's grown up a little bit since that point. Bless him. Yeah. Right. Oh. So I suppose we best pull up these lists. We'll take a look at the first set, which is Grant's.
Yep.
Very sorry you can hear the sirens in the background.
I wondered if that was at mine.
Right, let's just maximise this. Come on, thing. Thank you. Get a bit bigger, and then everybody can see. Come on. Up a bit more. Right. Do we want to take it in turns reading through the list as it comes up? And I'll scroll down as we're going. I'm trying to make it bigger here, and it's... I know it's gone too big. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. I seem to have been having a week of tech issues. So we'll just have to hope that some of that disappears.
Well, I think first thing to say is that it's a relatively elite list. It's got those 2 regiments of Abyssal Horsemen, Caterpillar and Sharpness, I think is fairly standard. And a Kindred Tall Spears again. I don't know how other people have got on with Impalers, but I have never found them to be super strong myself. We'll get there eventually.
We will get there. I am so sorry.
Can you?
I'm sure you've got the list in front of you.
Yeah, I do. I've got it up on mine. I don't have it all up here. No.
I will get it there in a minute. Honest.
Cool.
This is where I need Bob.
2 troops of gargoyles, 3 mind screechers, a soulbane on a horse, and Mikhail with 1 summoner crone, also on a horse, with the Scepter of Shadows. So, yeah, what do you think, Mark? I haven't played against Twilight for quite a while, and when I did, I think it was a slightly different style. But we all know the Abyssal Horsemen; they hit like a train.
Yeah, and Grant knows how to play this list, even if he does moan about it. So it should be a tight game on that.
I'm just going to close this.
Can you click on the number in the middle and type something in? That's what I thought. No, if that works anymore.
Not letting me.
The only bit which is, as far as I'm aware, I don't think Grant's faced salamanders, so it's going to be a new surprise for him on that side.
Yeah, he's actually posted in chat, Love Salamanders have only played them once before, so that should be interesting.
And I must admit, Steve's very good with his sallies. I love watching Steve play.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to get Steve's list up as well. Let's get a comparison going. There we go. That's a good view.
That's better, isn't it? Let's see who's next that comes. This is the thing, they're not going to be in order. Am I going to have to do that every time?
Yep.
Yeah, right.
I mean, we could just talk about the lists in the order you've got them if you like. We'll worry about matchups.
It'd just be the order that's on Dropbox, but we're better off looking at them the right way. Okay. Yeah. Let's find up the right one. So it was
Stephen Pearson.
Steve down there. There we go.
So I have not played a lot of Salamanders either. I played against Andy Marshall a few years ago, playing Salamanders. Looking at it, the thing that I've never seen anyone use before are Corsairs. But the big horde of Ceremonial Guard with a Brew of Strength, I definitely faced before. Fire Elementals, pretty good. Scorched Wings, 2 regiments. Rhinosaurs hit very hard if you can get them in, but they're that speed 7 cavalry that you've got to get in. They're not guaranteed delivery. And then again, Firebrand. I've never seen anyone use that, but I guess it runs with the Corsairs.
Well, the Ember Sprites look fun for little chaff.
Yeah, and a little shooting attack chaff as well.
Yeah,
I've got a bit of a shoot off between them as well. I don't think the Salamanders are going to get the first charge off. But they've got quite a few flying bits to chap things up, so it could happen.
it might be how much can the Mind Screechers pick off. Because
now, how many drops? How many drops did Grant have?
he's
Has
got
anybody
13.
got that open?
Yeah, I got
13
he's
drops.
got 13.
So he's outdropped by Steve. So the chaff may just cause him a few issues on that score.
But if you focus the Mind Screechers, it will.
Yeah.
Probably,
They're gonna take things out quickly.
You know, if he chooses to, the chaff will die quite fast. And
Nerve 11
from using
and stuff.
from using Mind Screechers in that battery of 3, it's very hard to hide stuff. Like even the Gekata Skylord is going to have to be careful. There's only defense 4, 11, 13.
He's got quite low defense on that.
But there's a lot of heal as well. Got Phoenix healing. You've got the Shroud of the Saints on the Mage Priest.
Yeah.
So
heal 3. Yeah.
Can certainly keep things alive. Yeah, if they don't die. So, anyone want to pick a winner?
I think Grant's got possibly the edge on it, and it's going to be a tight edge, I think. Because neither of them are going to go into the circle. It's basically going to be a turn 6 dive into the circle because it's going to be death by 1,000 cuts beforehand.
Yeah.
That shift is going to have to be used.
Yeah, 24 unit strength versus only 21. So one slightly below average, one slightly above average. If the post in Fanatics earlier today was to be believed. So I think I would agree just because of the extra speed and the longer range shooting. But certainly not an easy win for Grant, I would say. But just the edge.
No.
I don't know Stephen. I've never played against him. I don't think so.
I've played Steve. I do like Steve's play style, and I think that's something else as well. His play style, he knows his salamanders. So I'm actually going to say Steve, but you know the favour goes across to Grant because 2 of you have already voted him.
Yeah.
But, and it's not just to keep Steve from not having a vote. I do actually think his list is really good, and I've seen him play. I've played against him. If his dice are with him on the day and he's not got too much of a hangover, it should be fine.
Oh, well, game 1 on Saturday. Surely no drinking the night before the Masters. Everyone knows that.
Oh gosh, no, definitely not. I've not heard anything about meeting in pubs at any point. Right.
All right.
I shall
move on then?
pull up Rusty next, aren't we? Rusty's Abyssal Dwarves.
Okay.
I'll run through these once I've got them to a good size.
Well, to start you off then, while you're getting that up, we've got some Immortal Guard Regiment, 3 hordes of logs, a horde of Abyssal Grotesques with a Brew of Sharpness, 3 heavy mortars, and a Dragonfire team, an Ironcaster who's got Surge, Brachybarker, Dravik Dalkan, and Infernal, all the special characters coming out here.
Rusty, you're a sick boy.
Absolutely. 16 unit strength, 13 units. So, quite a very low unit strength.
It is. And not that many drops, really, for it.
Yeah.
But then he has gone for the special characters.
Yeah, and I mean, Brachybarker is very annoying. I know that from experience.
And the Infernox being a fearless 19 is just horrible. I've come across
fearless 19
come across that enough times.
Yeah.
And he always does the triple Anchor heavy mortars. When his dice are working with those, you just don't stand a chance. You're blasted off the table once you've got on.
Yeah, very true.
But then it is very much the look of the dice with those.
Yeah.
Bless him. Rusty, you're just naughty. That's a foul list. Heaven knows whether I'll play you over the weekend.
Someone in the weekend is going to get exploded off the table, aren't they? Just with good shooting. And won't be anything they can do about it, really. But yeah.
And Rusty's mortars, they either all fail or they all hit. There is no in between, or what I found when facing them.
Yeah, and then
I've done that. Then we've got Matt Hobday with his halflings.
Yeah, of course, some of this is a bit off. So it's 2,450 on the list because things have changed since.
And it's just the
beta. So, and he very very helpfully sent me a big list of the changes. So this should be the list he's actually playing with. It's just that certain things are now less expensive and things like that. So 2 hordes of braves, 3 troops of stalwarts. So they're a little kind of chaffy, kind of can't ignore them. Defense 5. I'm a big fan of defense 5 chaff. I love it.
I think it's evil.
2 hordes of rifles, and then the 3 lots of edge grenadiers and 3 lots of aeronauts. So it's interesting. Again,
volley
quite swingy.
Yeah.
Got the 3 volley guns, got the sorcerer, a
Engineer
winged
and a sergeant.
engineer with the gadgets of
Oh
gizmos
yeah, wings of
and the
honey
whole.
mares.
He's got everything on that guy. I guess that's so that he can fly to where Matt wants the aeronauts or the grenadiers, because they've all got Tinker. He can fly him to the right spot to get the wild charge where he needs it. I presume that's why that is. And then he's got the long rifle so that wherever he is, he can do a bit of shooting. 15 points.
Or fly basically between the 2. Set one's flank off, going wild charge, and then he can fly over and do the other.
Ouch.
Yeah, and then the sergeant with the standard of Hodenberg, which I'm not actually quite sure what that does. I don't know if you guys have got it, but is it on here? Not on the special.
It'll be down at the bottom. I'll keep going down. Let's have a look. See what
it's not there.
Oh no, it's cut. It's cut.
It's cut.
Yeah.
It was a stitch together.
Pulled to pieces. No, I'm not sure what that does myself. If anybody in chat knows and could tell us, be very welcome to.
Matt's got far more drops, but I don't think Rusty worries about getting out dropped really.
No, but he's also got a lot more unit strength.
Yeah. So interesting for Dominate. It's going to be how much can Rusty get rid of before Matt's down his throat. And I have to say, I think that probably Matt's got an advantage there. With all that
just
speed,
because there's a lot to churn through, isn't there?
Yeah, and even if Rusty's mortars do hit, they can only hit a certain number of things a turn. So that would be I think I'd go for Matt on that one.
I'm liking Matt for that one as well myself.
Sorry, Rusty, I'm also on that.
Yeah.
It's a unanimous then. So
I think especially for Dominate, it's just a bad matchup for Rusty.
It is. And as we say, with so few drops, his dice just need to be against him and it's gone.
Yeah.
So, Right. Our next
elite infantry aura. That's what that one done.
There we go. Is it just straight
awesome.
elite?
That's all I've seen in the chat is elite infantry aura. So it's just for infantry.
Right. So if it's straight elite, that's possibly sitting with the halfling rifles, then making them all shoot elitely.
Yeah, there we go. Ooh. Spotted. Thanks for that, Dave. Right, let's
thanks, Dave.
Get Ed's beautiful Empire of Dust up and running. Now, I must admit, I do love Ed's painting every time I see it. It's just gorgeous.
Not actually sure if I've seen Ed's Empire Dust.
I haven't seen them for a long time, if I have seen them.
Last time I saw them would have been at BrickCon in 2019. But beautiful. But then we've not really had that much to play, have we, since?
It's true.
Right. It's true. So I'll run through this one since I've actually managed to get it up. So we've got 2 lots of skeleton warriors, your typical normal skellies. A horde of revenants, regiment of mummies, regiment of scavengers, enslaved guardians with Maquas, because nobody can have any army without Maquas. Enslaved guardian archers with blessing of the gods. That's a good move. Bone giant. The monolith. Empire of Dust balefire catapults ×2. Soul snare. Idol of, I don't know how to say that one, but Shobik. And Sebki, that name, the accursed. Wow. So unit strength 20, but only 14 drops. Now, from what Mr. Guns was saying, 14 drops is quite the average, so that's quite normal. But there's some pretty hard-hitting stuff in there.
There's stuff which is awkward to shift.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. And he's got plenty of range.
I was thinking it's not that much surge. Quite often Empire of Dust have got a lot. I don't know if I am.
No, I must admit, when I've seen Ed play...
The Monolith... Yeah.
Monolith does a obscene
Monolith
surge.
has got surge 8, but it can do it to anywhere within 24 inches without regardless of line of sight. So that's obviously strong in that way. And then you've got Sebek the Accursed has got surge 8 as well. Got some... Don't think he's gone for caskets, so they're not getting that extra.
No, there's no caskets that I can see.
But of course, virtually everything can be surged if you like. So, yeah. Like you say, plenty of range.
There's a lot of range in that.
I think it's a solid list.
To see that.
I haven't seen the Balefire catapults used for a while. But with that shattering, 2 shots, and with that shattering, you get that automatic wound effectively, don't you?
Essentially, yeah. What's the Unholy Flames? Is that Elite Vicious? Or
where's that? Sorry.
It's on the.
I just got rid of that one. Sorry.
Unholy Flame. It gives them shattering.
Oh, that's what gives them shattering. Okay, cool.
I think so. I might as well look on Holy Flames. Whenever the unit rolls to damage with its Balefire attack, it can re-roll D3 of the dice that failed to damage. So it's a kind of mini vicious, actually.
Ow.
Because they don't have...
Well, it's actually kind of better than vicious, almost.
Yeah.
Because it's failures, not just ones.
Guaranteed 3 failures. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And they're D3 plus 1, so... Yeah. They're good, aren't they?
Right, so
Andy, little Marshall with his
Mr. Marshall's here. Lots and lots of ensnare.
May have the paint still wet.
Oh, that's nothing new. Do you want to take this one, Mark?
Yep. So okay, 3 reg of spear phalanx.
There's 2 and a horde.
Oh, is it 2 hordes? Oh, yeah.
No, it's 2 reg and a horde.
And I don't think the phalanx is going to work much for him on this. The knights, 2
regs. Not in this lineup.
Brewer strength will work nicely on this. Caterpillar is almost auto include. Mounted sergeants. They're good. I think it might struggle against the list he's against, but they're good. General Wingy getting the inspiring about. General on wing, but this is where the threat starts coming in, is all the flying stuff. Yeah, and weirdly, Ed's doesn't have too much. I don't think it had any flying, did it, this time round?
No, it didn't. I don't think so. Didn't spot any flying.
So Ed knows how flying works. Flying can really mess you up and make you not have a good day. And now he's facing it. So I think this is where the big threat starts coming in.
That's nasty. good old Blade of Slashing, another auto include.
Yeah, it's interesting. I tell you what, it's really interesting to me, Mark, that you say the mounted sergeants are really good, because I never get on with units like that. I never seem to be able to use them very well. So the one thing I'd say about this list is you've got all the fast stuff. Obviously, you've got your 2 generals, the hero, the flying general, and the knights, and the captain. But there's not a lot to really chaff up for them at speed. And so I would have had 2 troops of mounted sergeants to be that speedy chaff. Now it might be he's still going to use them as that, and Andy knows what he's doing.
Yep.
But with the striding boots and the mead of madness, that suggests to me that he wants to be charging with them.
Yeah, not just blocking a chaff. Yeah, blocking a because they're going to be one-hit wonders.
Yeah, so the pikes are great spot holders, but they're not. You don't really want to be chaffing with them because the knights can't move out from behind them at any point.
I've just noticed
the lack of speed.
He's exchanged it to gain his snare, so actually that's not bad at all.
Yeah, those pikes are really annoying. I remember I played against John Guns at Franticon, and just regiments of pikes were super annoying with their nerve being decent. It's not the best for infantry blocks, but it's decent, and with the ensnare, you don't always get through them.
No.
So, with a lot of Ed's melee being 4 or 5,
they're going to be hard to shift.
Yeah, you might have to choose to shoot those. I don't know. Hard one to call, I think. But Andy does have a lot more unit strength, but doesn't have the ranged threat. So
same number of units to drop. So yeah,
because he's got the same number of units to drop and the redeploy as well. So if there's an advantage to be gained, he's going to be able to get it. But I wonder if Andy's just going to bounce off all of the life leech and defense 5.
Empire just is nasty. Yeah. Beautiful.
And
the thing is with the flyers, they're not massive amount of attacks. There's a lot of flyers. There's a lot of things flying. So there's a lot of threat all over the place.
And obviously your landing zones are different because of the surge.
Yes.
Nick, that's Nick Davies. Nick of time. He's put, does he though? I'd love him to expand on that because I don't know which one of our comments he's.
It's the bouncing off. I think that was about then. But yeah, it would be good if he expanded on that. So what do we think?
I find this one very hard to call, but I think I'd have to go for Ed. Just because of the lack of chaff for Andy. But very close. Wouldn't be.
I got. To be honest, I think this is one of the ones which potentially could end up a draw.
I see. Nick is wondering if Andy knows what he's doing. There we go. So. John, if being a Moonraker is worth anything, it's worth minus points, I'm afraid. Just to be honest.
That's mean.
But
yeah. Right. So, well, I must admit, I've seen Ed use this list. Well, a list very similar, and he was devastating with it. He very nearly won. If it hadn't been for the Spaniards that had come over, I think he probably would have. So
I suppose that is another factor, actually. I don't know how much Andy's played this style of list. Genuinely don't know. He might have played it loads. A lot. Yeah. Last time I played Andy, he was playing Dwarves. So.
Bless you, Andy. I'll pop that up for everybody. I must admit, Ed said Ed. So sorry, Andy. Hate to say it, but I do think it may just be Ed.
Oh.
You'd have to pull a blinder on the morning.
Time to
There's Mark
submarine.
left to vote, so yeah. Oh
What do you
yeah,
reckon, Mark?
submarining is always the best way.
I think I've got a feeling this one's going to end up a draw. To be honest, it's one of the few which I think is going to be a draw.
Interesting. All right, should we go to the next then?
Yep, I'll close that.
So, Si and
myself
Bob.
Let's put Bob's Free Dwarves. Now, I've experienced these enough times firsthand to know that they're horrible, but lovely. And obviously, very similar lists to what myself and Mark will be using, just because so much easier to use something that's easy to share.
Yeah.
And Bob just has that much painted.
Oh, if you know it, do you want to go through it then?
Yep. Okay, so he's got his horde of free dwarf shield breakers with a brew of haste, just because, you know, little short stunty blokes don't run fast. The free dwarf Iron Watch rifles, which are really horrible piercing 2 shots to hoard of. Free dwarf Brock riders with the brew of strength. Only 1 regiment of those. And then you've got 2 hordes of earth elementals. 2 Iron Belcher cannons. They're nasty when they actually do some damage. The Greater Earth Elemental. He's just mean. The Free Dwarf Stone Priest with Martyr's Prayer. And obviously that Surge 8 makes a big difference when you've got all that Earth Elemental nastiness going on. Dwarf Lord on a large beast with the Blade of Slashing. Berserker Lord with Pipes of Terror, and Sverri Egulax on the Hellbrock. It's just mean. Unit strength 20, but only 12 drops.
Bob's trying to claim he doesn't have many Brocks.
only 3.
Yeah, it's just 1 little regiment, tiny. It does make a change for him. But then he's probably been kind and let me and Mark use all the Brocks because they're quite easy to use. You just charge them across and hit things.
Yeah, it's got a lot of bits that I haven't seen Free Dwarf people play before. You know, the rifles, 2 cannons, but it's got a lot of things I do recognise, like the Martyr's Prayer Stone Priest is just so annoying. If you don't have a way of getting to him, the Earth Elementals just don't ever take wounds, do they? So
no.
Yeah.
No, those Iron Watch rifles are actually pretty nasty. Now I'm trying to remember, there was something else. It did have Rangers. Are there Rangers in this?
No Rangers in there today.
No. That's all right then, because I know that he's taken me by surprise with some Rangers that jumped out and shot, and that was nasty.
Yeah.
But then I suppose I get to play Bob quite a bit. So
yeah, it depends a bit on the table, I think.
And he was against Si. So let's find Si's list up. With Ratkin. Now this is going to absolutely outdrop him. He's going to be chaffed to pieces. This will be interesting to watch.
Yeah, 16 drops against 12.
I love what Sam Souden Garcia's just put. Which is kind of true.
Yeah, it's true. It's a foot Berserker Lord. Yeah, good point. I hadn't even noticed that myself. Thanks, Sam.
Sam does like to critique the lists very much. It's always useful.
Who doesn't?
Well, he's fab. He was very much our translator when we first went across and played over in Spain. Absolutely looked after us. He's a star. Okay, so Ratkin, who wants to take these?
I could do these ones. So we've got warriors, horde of warriors with plague pots, 2 regiments of shock troops, also with plague pots. Got hack paws with potion of the caterpillar, because everyone's going to have one. Nightmares with the blessing of the gods. So they are elite and vicious.
That's quite nasty.
Although they, Nick was reminding me about this the other day, they are not just completely vicious now. They're only vicious melee, I think it is, before the COP22 changes. So that's something that obviously Sarah will be playing different on the day. Vermintide, just a regiment. Tunnel runners with the brew of sharpness, pretty standard. 2 weapon teams, death engines, spewer, and 2 brood mothers, both with the blight staff.
They're horrible.
especially with the Vermintide battery for their drain life. War chief with the pipes of terror, 2 brute enforcers, 1 with the trickster's one, so that's Hex, and a Tangle. I played against a list that was modelled on size Ratkin list from Cock. So just a couple of weeks ago, and it's really interesting. There are quite a few differences between this and that, but kind of the elements are there. It's got the weapon teams. It's got the tunnel runners ready to smash face, because they do smash face when they get their charge off. One thing does it have a lot of chaff? Are you going to use the shock troops as chaff? I don't know how Sai plays it. I've not played against him in person, only online once, I think. So
I think he's just got that much stuff there. He's just going to chaff it up to begin with anyway, compared to the number of drops Bob has. Bob's going to be running around in circles, not knowing what to hit first.
And there is a decent amount of spell damage there, but it's very medium range, with the 2 brood mothers, Tangle. If the Hex can be got onto the Stone Priest, that will be interesting. Mainly for keeping him stationary, so he's not right where Bob's going to want him, behind the Earth Elementals.
Weakness would also work quite well there.
Yeah, I think this is a very close one, because of it being dominate. Those Earth Elementals are really going to come into their own. Just wandering into the middle, shrugging off damage, basically. So it's going to be how disruptive Sai can get on that formation, I suppose. Sorry, 3 dwarfs apparently don't run, so they're going to walk sedately into the centre.
Yeah, sorry, Bob. Bless you. Oh, well, yeah, 3 dwarves don't run. Well, I think they might be learning to with this list. I am actually going to go against the other half, just because it's more fun for me. I'm going to say Sai's got this one.
Love it. What do you reckon, Mark?
I was thinking Sai as well. It's if it can keep the Earth Elementals out of the scoring zone and just keep feeding them so they can't move in. Yeah, potentially. But it's the Earth Elementals, which if he gets them in a scoring zone, it's almost game over.
Yeah. Ed's agreeing there as well.
Yeah.
What's
I think. Yeah, I was thinking something along the same lines as Rich. Actually, I think it depends quite.
Just saying.
Yeah, but it depends a bit on the table. I think if there's a zone that the cannon and the Ironwatch rifles can cover that is relevant to the middle, that could mean that Bob's got a good firing lane, because those will remove units. But as it's really dependent on that, I think probably, yeah, what you guys have said is right.
I think we're
going to have the edge there,
aren't we? Right. Well, on to the next game.
Fuck it.
We have Dan Wolfguard. Yeah. So, Mr. Wolfgang.
So this is the Imperial Dwarves list, this one, isn't it? Ironclad Horde with a Throwing Mastiff. You're going to see a theme with this one. Berserker Brox of the Brew of Strength, pretty standard. Iron Guard Regiment with a Throwing Mastiff. Iron Guard Regiment with a Throwing Mastiff. Shieldbreaker Regiment with a Throwing Mastiff. Yeah, someone likes painting little dogs.
Bob did have a list very much like this.
Yeah.
A few
two
Brox.
more troops, yeah. And then the 2 Dwarf Lords on Large Beast.
Garrick. Mesa Crushing, yeah.
Berserker Lord, who didn't forget his Brock. And then 2 Organ Guns and a Flame Priest. So it's not quite Rocks and Brox, but it is, yeah. That one turn when all of those Mastiffs get thrown at stuff, it's going to be painful.
Yeah.
It is. And he's got a pretty good unit strength there and a fairly reasonable drop. Okay. Yeah. So, Dan is against John, Mr. Quail.
Yeah, 2 completely different lists. It's really interesting.
Basileans, or Basilian, or however we want to say it.
Yeah.
Bazzies.
Yeah, 12 units, unit strength 18. I think John's been playing something like this for a while.
Yeah.
I remember at Clash of Kings.
Very similar at Clash.
Yeah, I sat next to Ian playing against him. And he said, I've played this so many times before. We know what's going to happen. You know, John's been playing this for a bit. So 3 troops of Ger Panthers, 2 regiments of Paladin Knights, 2 hordes of Elohi, 1 with sharpness, 1 with strength. A Phoenix, a priest with Bane Chant on a horse, an Abbess with Blade of the Beast Slayer, Naya Solistus, and Julius, because there wasn't enough flying angels.
I don't think there's a Basil list without Julius.
Nah, he's pretty good, isn't he?
He's a bit lethal.
So it's Alpha Strike versus Mastiff Strike, basically.
Yeah, I think defense-wise is what's going to give Dan the issues here. Some of the stuff's defense 4, but you've got defense 5, defense 6 stuff on the Basilean side. And I do think that's what's going to make the difference, because you've only got so many throwing Mastiffs.
Yeah. Yeah, John gets to choose where he goes in. And if Dan gives him an opening or John makes the right choice, the Dwarves will fall apart, I think. Just because there's so much flying.
Yeah.
Or speed 9 or speed 10.
Yeah.
But it is dominate, so if he doesn't give him an opening, to really get in.
Well, they have to play it close, really, don't they?
Yeah.
And obviously,
it's going to have to be quite cagey.
Having the Phoenix there is a good move.
Yeah, no Divine Fervour, of course. No points changes, so John just admitted that you got 22, but yeah, well, I don't know Dan. I don't think I've ever played against him.
He's a lovely guy, and I've played him quite a bit.
And I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
He does. But I've also played Mr. Quail once or twice, and I think that list of John's has got it for me.
Yeah.
Dave is wondering where Samacris is. I think it's an unlocks thing. with the Alohi and the Paladin Knights as your only unlocks, it's hard to crowbar in too many characters. So if you're taking Julius and Nias and an Abbess and a Priest, you just can't fit Samacris in as well.
Yeah.
And so the Phoenix,
and you wouldn't drop Julius.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
which do you take?
It is a tough choice. It is very definitely a tough choice. But I've got to say, I'd go with John on this one.
I think.
What's everybody else's thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's John knows this. Well, I think everyone knows the list inside out, but it's
they do.
Yeah, 3 votes for John there.
Sorry, Gabe.
Yeah.
Now then, it's Chris Walsh next, isn't it, with Steve Hildred? Now this will be a very pretty game to watch.
Yeah. Maybe we should choose this one for the stream, just for the prettiness.
I think it would be well worth putting on the stream, because everybody's always seen Chris's beautiful models going up on Fanatics. So, yeah, to actually see them on the table, it's always a pleasure. Although you don't know how to hit it. I struggled every time I've played Chris because I just don't feel I can hit a thing. It's just too pretty. And I sit there and I think, what the hell is it? Oh, okay. Right, so Trident Realms. Now, Chris is our only one that has allies, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah,
so he's declaring himself a shit general for taking out allies.
I don't know. I like allies.
But he's taken the perfect allies because Night Stalkers are the best allies.
Oh, definitely.
Everyone knows that with no inspiring tax.
Yeah.
So Naiad and Snurers with the Chalice of Wrath. A horde of all that blinking regeneration. 2 tidal swarms.
And they've got Fury, so that's quite nice.
2 hordes of Gigas. Ouch. 2 Nookers. Well, you can't have a list without a Nooker. 2 Krakens that will look like something absolutely out of a nightmare. Naiad Envoy with Bastion, obviously. And Ector. Because, what's a Trident Realms list without Ector?
At least then we've got the beautiful Night Stalkers.
Well, yeah, thank goodness. That was something that you have to count your blessings for. Night Stalkers, so a horde of fiends. Now they're blinking nasty. And a Void Lurker. So basically a dragon. Beautiful.
Yeah, 13 drops, unit strength 20. It's
low on the drops again. It is low on the drops, but there's some heavy hitting stuff there. The Nookers I've always found to be an absolute pain in the ass.
They are. If you play them well, they are super annoying.
And Gigas. Gigas I've found
as is Ector. Yeah. This is a list.
Seem to.
Yeah, this is a list where it's all about the flanks. If you can protect your flanks correctly, it's really hard to break it down because of all that ensnare and the regen.
That's something I hate about Trident Realms.
But I really like adding in the Fiends and the Void Lurker as that hit, the hit back. Because whenever I've played against Trident Realms, Nick Davies plays a lot of Trident Realms in Bristol. It's hard to break it down, but it doesn't do that much to you. Whereas this
like what Mr. Miles has just put.
Yeah.
Very true, Rich. I think we will need labels next to everything.
Yeah.
But it will be beautiful. Right. So, well, that is quite a hard-hitting list, to say the least. I'm glad I'm not playing that one to begin with. Mainly because I just can't hit anything that's so beautiful anyway. It is difficult.
Is all the difference is the Kraken doesn't have the rampage now? Is that
correct. Yeah, no rampage rules. So That's the only difference, I think.
Right.
Still a nasty beast, but yeah.
And he's facing Mr. Hildrew with the undeadness. Who wants to take this one?
Go on, Mark, you take this one.
Cool, yeah. Let me just bring the screen up bigger. So, yeah. So, Horde of Revenants with strength. So, a nice bit of crush in there. Werewolves with Caterpillar, of course, because everyone takes Caterpillars. Soul Reaver Cav, okay.
Yeah.
With Dwarven L, but also the infantry, so which are elite and they're nasty, very nasty. Zombie Reg chaffing up. Rev Cav troops, 2 of them for chaff. White Horde with Strider. 2 more Wraith troops. They're the defense 6 dudes, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not. They're cool. Cursor, the Pharaoh, the Flying Pharaoh. Yeah. He can be a tricky bugger. Necro, with, of course, the Inspiring. And also a Necro. Well, it's got 2 Necros, one with Inspiring and Weakness. Well, both got Weakness. One's got Inspiring, one's got Conjurer's Staff, which is basically a reroll.
A miss, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And a standard bearer with Loot of Insatiable. So quite a bit of shooting for a little undead, but a lot of fast movement. A lot of threat out there. There's some really nasty bits in that. I think he's got a decent amount of chaff in there to actually get the charges he wants.
Yeah,
and of course, undead.
Yeah. Is he going to be able to get around the Trident Realm? That's the question, because there's a lot of speed in the Trident Realm as well.
And there's a lot of regen. That's the one thing I hate about Trident Realms. By the time you've finished hitting them, they've healed it all.
I am interested
to the end of a game.
In the Soul Reaver Cav. I've not seen that for a long time.
You don't see them. Yeah, I was going to say, you don't see
defense 6, basically, in second. So I'm wondering why he's gone for that in particular. They obviously they do hit hard. How do they compare to the Abyssal Horsemen? They've got more nerve, and they got life leech, but they hit kind of the same, don't they? So yeah,
they're normally overlooked by the infantry.
Yeah, the extra points that you spend usually on the cav don't seem as worthwhile as the infantry do to me, but that's me.
Well, they're the same cost. The infantry get 5 more attacks, but are slower.
That's what it is. It's the extra attacks that I'm thinking.
Pretty much.
I knew there was something that I've looked at.
Yeah, the cavalry have got
they've got thunderous,
and charge 1, whereas the infantry have got crushing strength 2.
The thing is, you lose your thunderous once you're in, so it's worth having that crush 2, I find.
Yeah.
But then I've been a herd player in the past, so to me, I've lost thunderous that many times in a game. You know, you sit back and you're like, I just wish that it would be a 3 every time, but no, I've used my thunderous 2 now, and we're still in combat. So,
the rare occasion where you countercharge where they haven't actually wounded you.
Yes.
Very rare.
Very, very rare.
It's exceptionally rare, especially when everything's like nerf 4 in some of the lists that I made. But
it's regen versus life leech.
And
this
that's
matchup.
True.
Give me a low attrition game potentially.
I do see this one going for a draw. In all honesty,
I think Chris has got the edge.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. I don't know. I didn't watch the whole of Steve's tournament roundup a couple of weeks ago, but he basically said that he hadn't played it with the list enough. He got one tournament with it. He's trying it again. I don't know if it's exactly the same or he's tweaked it. Whereas I think Chris has got a bit more experience with what he's bringing. I think I might just edge it towards Chris. Sorry, Steve.
Right, I still think a draw. So I'm completely out on this one now.
We're divided there.
Chris's is beautiful. Yeah.
Fully divided there. Interesting.
We'll just have to see how that one goes. Right, our next line up is John Guns, aren't we?
Yeah, John Guns against Rob Phipps.
So let's have John's list.
JG's Fearsome Goblin Horde of Doom.
Yay! You've got to love gobbos. I can't wait to get mine painted up. It's going to take me all year, I have no doubt about it, because I've had them sat there all the way through lockdown and not done very much with them at all.
Oh, I've got
but I do love goblins. Well, I just keep buying stuff. I sit there and it's like, oh, look. Oh, shiny. Bob just can't cope with the fact that I'm like, I think I have a similar amount of goblins sat there ready to paint in comparison to the number of ogres that Bob's already painted up. So it's something like 9,000 points worth kind of thing. I'm just like,
a lot of goblins.
Oh, goblin. It's a lot to paint. But I just can't resist them. I do love little green skins.
Yeah.
Right, so I'll plow us in through the goblins.
Yep.
Goblin Horde of Doom. So we've got 4 rabble hordes.
Custom named them.
Yep. And a good old Morpup cage on all of them. Nugget Gang. Another set of Morpups there with 3 regiments.
Oh, he hasn't given
nuggets.
them more pups. He's got to feed them, hasn't he?
Yeah. So the nuggets have come with them, but the hordes, I've got the cage, so they can receive during the game.
Okay. Fleabag Riders with Maquas and Morpup, because, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Big Rock Throwers come with a snap, crackle and pop. Oh, bless him, I love that.
Yeah.
Right, Wingit, that's a flying git apparently. Upgrade.
I hate buying a sky.
So that's the gives the big rosters elite, doesn't it?
Yeah.
On one unit. So you just pick something and squish it.
Yeah.
Lovely. A giant called Stumpy Foxbane. So I'm assuming that's been used against the fox and has really peeved him.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah.
That'll be it. 2 Flaggets. Lazy Susan. Imagine having a Lazy Susan. But the good old Loot of Insatiable Darkness on cool hand loot. Okay. King on Chariot. King Fu Cup. Love that. Who's got Blade of the Beast Slayer. Nasty. A Whiz.
Still going.
Rain. Yeah. Yeah, 18 drops. Cuslow and Madfold, there's not a list that doesn't have them.
Yeah. Great.
And Grupp Longnail, Grupp the Grave. Gorgeous. I like.
Yeah, I think it's the only list that goes on to 3 pages. I think it might be. And then another page for all the special rules as well. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few of those, isn't there? 4 of 4.
Yeah, it's a very strong scenario list for sure. And John doesn't give anything away.
No, he doesn't. And John is facing Rob Phipps, isn't he? So let's pull Rob's list up. I do like that. I always love goblins, though. I'm a sad sack for that. Northern Alliance. This is another army that I've got sat there waiting to be built. Rich Miles has sold me a load, and so have 8 or 9 other people. So yeah, my plastic pile of shame is just huge. Although I was quite glad to have picked up a paintbrush earlier this week. I'll let somebody else take this one.
Okay. Go for it, Mark.
Reg Pack Hunters actually reducing their range, but gaining piercing and steady aim. They're nice. Ice King Hunters, again shooty, with the frozen. Nice, a steady aim as well. Is it just two foxes?
Yeah.
So two Regs of foxes. Nice little bit of chaff. The ambiguous ice elementals. Really crap range, only 10 inches, but nasty, and have got the chance to do the double hit with the shambling. Frostgrang Cavalry, which are epically brilliant with brewer sharpness, just to make them nastier.
Like that's necessary. Go for it.
Hitting on 3s, wounding less.
Yeah. Ouch.
And 19 inch, no, not 19, 15 inch threat. Ice King Bolt throwers. There seems to be a hell of a lot of war engines.
There is a lot of war engines.
Yeah, it's interesting that, isn't it?
Certainly seems to be more of them than I've seen in most lists that have been in, any of the competitions last year. I've not seen as many engines at all. Anyway.
Sorry, what's this one? Is it? Sorry, just scroll back down.
Lord on Frostbank.
Lord on Frostbank.
Yeah.
Trickster's wand.
Yeah, for Hex.
All right, yeah. Cool, I forgot what I'd done. So he's just basically trying to chuck out hexes.
Okay.
Mr.
Guns has just posted up. Never mind the quality. Feel the length of the list.
I don't want to feel you.
Quantity's got a quality all of its own.
Right.
Blade of Slashing. Yeah. Ice Queen.
With all the spells.
A hell of a lot of tools in that one. And the Ice Queen as well.
Yeah, Sarakina. With a Surge 8 there for those ice elementals. Yeah. Ooh.
Well, he's got, basically Surge 16.
Yeah, 2 lots of Surge 8.
Yeah, I don't know whether or not the Ice Queen's too tooled up.
There is a lot of points spent there.
But the Wind Blast is going to come in handy for this one, for this scenario.
Yeah, possibly. I think John's got enough to block the Wind Blast. It's got so many units, they're going to be checkerboarded. I don't think you're going to get much joy out of wind blasting things.
No.
Blizzard. So I think, it's there for the extra surge, isn't it? And then there's some spells so that it can do something while you're waiting to be surge range. I do think probably could have saved some points, but maybe Rob didn't feel he needed them elsewhere.
Well, the Wind Blast will be useful possibly at the end when it comes to taking the scenario.
Trickster's Wand on a Lord on Frostfang is interesting.
Yeah, that's the one which I wasn't 100% sure.
That's not a character you really want to be only going 7 with to fire off a hex more than just a couple of times. I'd have thought most of the time you want it to be stuck in. Yeah.
I suppose it's the potential of the threat, though, isn't it? So yeah, it's a tricky one. They both know how to play their
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, they
stupidly
definitely do.
And oh god, yeah.
The Northern Alliance are always
It's the shooting
swine.
bit which may tip it for Rob.
Mm.
There's quite a bit of shooting, but it's short range.
I think though, apart from that, so you've got the pack hunters. That shooting attack is nice, but you're only going to do it once, aren't you, Max?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Icekin hunters are just plinking away. 5 hits a turn. Even against defense 4, that's 5. So 10 hits from both of them. That's 5 wounds. Sort of mean. Ice elementals are doing their shots just before going in. We that could be absolutely devastating, but you're not doing it till turn 3 probably.
Yeah.
Frostfang cavalry obviously absolutely smash face. I think that John's got enough stuff to take the scenario.
Yeah.
Can you hide the ice elementals and the Frostfang from getting splattered with Eye in the Sky? That's what it comes down to, I think. Maybe. So yeah, I'm going to go for John on this one.
I'm joining you on John, mainly because I have a love of green skins. I do think Northern Alliance is going to smash face, but at the same time, those little green dudes, they seem to bounce back very well.
I think it's bit of a bad matchup for Rob, I think, with the scenario.
And it's not Rob. It's not much unit strength to even hold. You can't even hold the line because he'll just get chipped away at, and as soon as he starts losing units, he's lost it. So I think it is John Gunn's.
This is probably John's most strongest scenario, isn't it? Dominating goblins. So yeah.
Okay, so next lineup is Chris Lynch and Nick Williams. Let's get this up on the big screen.
This is Lynchies.
Yeah. Starting order of the draw, she says. Try not to go too big this time. Okay. Do you want to take this one, George?
Sure. So, Chris has gone for 1 Horde of Palace Guard, 2 regiments of Kindred Glade Stalkers, 2 troops of Silver Breeze Cavalry, 2 hordes of Dracons with a Potion of the Caterpillar and some more Pathfinder.
Noah's Ark so far.
Yeah. Lord on Dracon, and then the Archmage Battery.
Oh gosh, yeah.
They've all got Lightning Bolt, and one's got Bane Chunk just for the odd time when you need Bane Chunk.
It. Oh, and the Boomstick.
And the Boomstick.
Before the Boomstick lost its extra.
Absolutely. And then the Dragon, big Dragon. So yeah, I played against Chris at Clash of Kings, but with a very different list. So yeah, it's interesting that he's changed that quite so radically, because he was very infantry focused in that game I played against him. It was 3 Hordes Palace Guard, I think. So this is a bit more alpha strikey with the shooting and then the 2 Hordes of Dracons and the Dracon Lord and the Dragon. But it's also got, what is it, Lightning Bolt 18? Right?
Yeah. It's 5, 10, 15.
And it's elite Lightning Bolt 18, So, and then the Glade Stalkers as well, firing on 4s from turn 1.
And elite. I think the cavalry isn't the cavalry shooting cavalry. Is that not
short bows on the cavalry as well? Yeah.
Yeah. Elite ranged, steady aim. Yeah. That's just mean, Chris.
Yeah.
And well, at least he's got somebody that might be able to handle him.
He used to always do the Sylvan King, so he's lost his green credentials.
His elves were very red when I played them, very autumn elves.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I can remember seeing those at 4 Foot Snake.
Yeah.
I really rather liked his Jan character.
So it's the goody two shoes undead.
Yeah, Jarvis undead.
Oh, Nick. The goody two shoes undead. Indeed. Right, well, I'll take us through this. So we've got Jarvis, as you say.
What's up, Nick?
That's not like Nick, is it? It's like, where's the rest of the tables with? So, yeah, one reg, a troop of wraiths with the healing brew, Soul Reaver infantry, 2 regs, Revenant Cav, 2 troops and a horde, and the horde have brew sharpness.
I really like the Chalice of Wrath on that one.
On the Soul Reaver infantry, yeah. I was just looking back up, realised that I missed the Dwarf Nail on there as well.
Mm.
And, yeah, 2 hordes of whites.
Is that Dwarf Nail is the headstrong one, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the two types of wave of mitigation, basically, Fury and Headstrong.
Yeah. Got the J boots on whites and a brew of haste on whites. Revenant King with Blade of Slashing. Oh, why am I going the wrong way there? Sorry, everybody. Necromancer with the Inspiring Talisman.
What did you put Caterpillar on? Because everyone's put Caterpillar on something.
Well, he's got the J boots on the whites, but no.
He's got the J boots. There's no Caterpillar. No Caterpillar.
But
the J boots, which is a one-use thing, though, isn't it? But
but if you time it right, it's epic.
Yeah, it's true. Let's go down. So there was Revenant King with Blade of Slashing, Necromancer with the Inspiring Talisman, and a Necromancer with Weakness 2. So we've got Benchant, we've got Weakness, plenty of Surge in there. Surge.
Yeah, the Revenant King Surge isn't really a Surge caster, though. That's a chaff piece. They're really annoying with that 14 nerve defense 5 and life leech. It's so annoying.
Only 13 drops, so it's a low drop and a high unit strength. Again.
And low defense.
Yeah, but then Chris is only 12 drops. So.
Yeah. Oh, so the table full of zombies isn't really missed here.
Yeah. But that, you've got your regiment of zombies, you've got your troop of wraiths with the healing brew because they weren't annoying enough. 2 troops of Revenant Cav.
Of course. It's always interesting.
I think that Nick will be able to choose what gets shot at here.
We'll just give a hi to the really marvellous there who's watching from the US. Countercharge.
Actually, it's not bad on defence. 5 and 6s on most of the core units.
Yeah. And it's delivering the horde of Rev Cav and the 2 hordes of whites, isn't it? Because they will eat whatever they get into.
Well, Nick will know this list inside out. There's absolutely no 2 ways about it. He'll know exactly what he wants to do with it, and he'll know the scenario well enough with it as well.
So I actually think against Nick, the shooting is not going to do a lot. It'll take off some chaff.
Yeah.
Nick will choose what gets taken off, and nothing will be wavered. It's not like you're going to get some lucky waivers to really mess you up because it won't be, that's not going to be what's getting shot. The Soul Reavers are not going to be in the firing line.
No.
And then it's just the Draken Riders will come out and hit something. Can Nick channel him correctly to what he wants him to charge with the Dracons? Will Chris go at the right time? I think the undead are going to be too strong for that build.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting game, another interesting game to watch.
They're all going to be interesting, but yeah.
That is a lot of surge as well. Nick can fire a unit across the table if he wants to.
Yeah.
Because Jarvis has also got the extra range, doesn't he? Does he double the range?
Surge 8.
I think it's either +6 to the range, or I can't remember now because it keeps changing. But it used to be just something like +6 to the range.
+6 to Bane, Chant, Heal, Lightning Bolt, and Surge. So, but 18 inches, the other guys send at 12. Well, they won't send at 12. They send at 6, and you don't have to be so careful. Jarvis will send it off as well. So, you can get whites going quite a long distance, or Revenant Horde. It's very scary. So yeah, I played against Chris and he's very good, but I do think I'll go with Nick on that one.
I think I've got to say Nick as well. Sorry, Chris, you're a great guy, and yeah, I've seen you play. I've never played against you. I have seen you play. Yeah, but I think Nick.
I mean, it's the defense 5 and 6 which puts it in Nick's favour on this as well. Because Chris has got a hell of a lot of shooting, knows how to use his elves as well.
Definitely.
But yeah, I think Nick also knows how to use pretty much any list. But yeah, I think it's in Nick's favour on that one.
Right, so it's 3 to Nick. So next list is Mr. Robinson. So Tom. Yep, let's minimise that a little. Not so much. Who wants this one?
I'll go for this one. So we've got Pike, Spear Phalanx with Indomitable Will. But you may as well call it Indomitable Win, I suppose. Knights with the Brewer's Strength. It's a Knight Horde with the Brewer's Strength, also with Indomitable Will. 2 troops of mounted scouts with short bows. 2 hordes of good boys with the Honor Guard, 1 with Sharpness, 1 with Caterpillar, also with Indomitable Will, sensing a theme. 3 volley guns, Duke on Ancient Winged Arrowless. Yeah. 3 wizards, all on Pegasi. All with Lightning Bolt, 1 with Inspiring Talisman and Bane Chant, and another 2 that Tom will use as chaff. And the Battle Shrine. It's been a while since I saw Tom use this, but I know he's done lists like this before a lot. And yeah, volley guns will smash a zone. That zone will be his, possibly with the Battle Shrine by them to keep them up if people do want to take them on. Wizards will be annoying and then chaff. Those flying Pegasus are only 85 points. He doesn't care about losing Lightning Bolt 3. And then 1 that he'll keep a bit longer because it's got the Inspiring. The only thing that is, I suppose, a minor weakness of the list, which he's covered completely, is the lack of Inspiring. But everything that can has got Indomitable Will. So for that turn he needs it, he'll have it. And when you can choose to just unwaver for 10 points, it's super, super strong.
Yeah. Right, so next up is Mike, who's facing Tom. So let's find Mike's list up.
His Ratkin sleeves.
Oh, getting a dry throat here. Lovely. Right.
Rushed through the last 3 matchups.
Well, that last one's quite simple. We'll just beat Rob up and leave him under the table.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rob, but we will. Okay. Do you want to take this one, Mark?
Yep, so 3 hordes of wretches with the lovely last breath. So boom, boom, boom. Horde of black souls. Lowering their defense, but getting a crushing 1. 3 reg of berserkers. I love crap defense units. Because you just don't care about piercing and crushing. 3 hordes of decimators. Oh, that's nasty. 1 with blessing. That's really nasty. Yeah.
2 vermitides. Ouch.
2 chaffies. Yep. 2 slave drivers to give them more nerve and inspiring as well. And the Overmaster without the Strider rule, but the Overmaster.
And they put wings on.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to use. Okay. Yep. No, he's going to use it as a roadblocky type thing.
He's the Dwarf King with wings, isn't he? Only defense 5 now, but really annoying.
Yeah.
36 unit strength is, I think, the takeaway from this list. Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff there for Tom to face. It's not like Tom's not used to facing a lot of stuff, though. So it's also whether Mike's going to be feeling it first thing in the day to be facing Tom first match.
Yeah, it's interesting. Although he's got 36 unit strength, it's only 15 units to Tom's 14. Often with a difference like that, it's a bigger difference in unit drops. I think if you're going to play Tom with this list, Dominate's the one to play it. If the volley guns are covering the centre, that's going to be bad for the Ratkin. If the table doesn't allow that, is there just too much for Tom to chew through? I don't know.
Catch-22, because there's also, yes, the volley guns could cover the centre, but it ends up getting blocked. So,
yeah,
that's a lot of hordes coming in, and well, the decimators will move up a little bit and just blast everything to Kingdom Come. The Vermintide Berserkers and Warriors are going to do all your melee damage and get it right into Tom's face. Hope that I would have thought.
There is a lot of speed on Tom's side, though. The Decimators are not going to get more than 1 shot off, I would have said, if that. Because you've got speed 7, speed 9, speed 8, and that's not even including the flying stuff.
That's the bit which is going to be the nasty bit for Mike.
Yeah. So I don't. It's a bit of a. It's just, can Tom chew through the units quick enough?
Yeah, because basically
I would have said
Mike just needs to park in there, and then. But he can't just do that because Tom's got a lot of shooting and a lot of flying to get around the flanks. So
it's a tough call, isn't it? 2 very good players both facing each other.
I don't know, Michael. I only played Tom a couple of times. I think it is going to be an interesting one. I think it won't be a strong win either way. I think it'll be very close, but I think I'd have to pick Tom. Just because he's got that speed to get in amongst the Ratkin, and one of the reasons that they have such high unit strength is because they will
die.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said that Tom's the winner there. I think all 3 of us have come to that one, sadly. Sorry, Mike, but
I don't think it's potentially going to be a strong win, no.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be a big win at all, but I do think he'll get it. Right. Next is Nick Davies.
David Fletcher against Nick Davies.
Let's find David first. So Order of the Green Lady. Always pretty, but until the latest updates, it's really struggled.
Yeah, those Redeemers, though, they're good.
Obviously, this has been done and altered because of the changes on Army Builder.
Yeah, he was kind enough to actually put those in, though. Made it easier to check.
Bless him. He's lovely. Okay, I'll take this one. So, Order of Green Lady, we have Men-at-Arm Retainers, 2 regiments. Good old Headstrong. Order of the Brotherhood, a regiment with an upgrade with the Banner of Green Lady, so that the unit gets Pathfinder.
Yeah.
2 Order of Redemption regiments, 1 with the Brew and the Brew Sharpness, Brew Strength. So, yeah, that's definitely a way to do it. Nasty, nasty. 2 hordes of water elementals. They're just hanging there regardless. Some Pegasi. That'll be for all the healiness, won't it? Exemplar Redeemers. 2. One with Blade of Slashing, the other with Mace of Crushing. Yeah, makes sense. A Druid who is absolutely tooled up. So, yeah. Conjure Staff, bench on 2. Yeah. And a Unicorn with the Boomstick.
So only one source of surge. Okay,
yeah. Yeah, 1 source of surge. And it's only surge 4. Interesting list. Unit strength 25 and 13 drops. The Unicorn I find interesting.
It's only one Unicorn, which I think is the interesting thing, but he's also got rid of heal. So the 2 Chaffee Pegasi, 2 Redeemers. Again, they do have 7 attacks on 3s, but they're not doing masses and masses, are they? They're just solid mini dragons, I suppose. Only surge 4 just means you can do that little corkscrew charge that just opens that up. Yeah, Magus 42 is very late to the party.
Nothing new there.
Yeah. Solid knighty flyy Order of the Green Lady, basically.
Wow. Hard to do it justice back in pre-Cock 22, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
So
true.
Be interesting to see how it plays. Right, and he was facing
Nick Davies.
I did 2 minutes ago, didn't I? Nick Davies.
Yeah. I'll take this one since he's my my clubmate.
Yeah.
No worries.
This is Farangor as well, isn't it?
Yeah, best in race Farangor. Yeah.
Ouch.
So he's gone for 2 regiments of Draugr, horde of human clansmen, and this I know he's really pleased with this. He's got the scrying gem in there. Huskars with the Brew of Haste, so they're speed 6 and also wild charge 1, so they've got the 13-inch charge.
13,
Snow Trolls with the Chalice of Wrath. 2 troops of Tundra Rules, 1 with the Healing Brute. Magus Conclave with the upgrade, obviously. Cursed Sun with the Inspiring Talisman. Magus with the Boomstick, also on a horse. So that's Lightning Bolt 7, and 2 Lords on Chimera. 1 with Reed of Madness, 1 with Chant of Hate, so it's elite and vicious. And then a Scald, just as a bit of inspiring to walk along with everyone else. So yeah, I've played this. This is just you can see from the title, Nick Davies Clash 2021. It's exactly his Clash list. I played against it a couple of times in practicing for that, and Yeah, it's a good solid list. It hits very hard with the Huskars and the Snow Trolls and the 2 Lords. But it's also got that Lightning Bolt 7 with Elite is, very annoying. I absolutely hate the Cursed Sun. With Night Stalkers, I never have anything that can deal with it.
I'm the same.
That dash 15 defense 5 with Life Leech 2, because it's got the Mask of the Reaper upgrade. And it then self-inspires. It doesn't really have it there to inspire anything else. It's just to make it really annoying to kill.
I think my dragon bounced off of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And so it's got some plinky shooting. It's not going to win you the game, but it's going to do a bit here and there, and it will pop a unit right at the end that you just hoped was going to stay alive and things like that. 2 Draugr just to hold ground. It's a solid list.
It is a very solid list. I think Nick. I love Order of the Green Lady, but I don't feel that in the last edition it did so well. Pre-Cock 22, it just.
I've faced this list. This is a nasty list, and it went from
Varangur are never nice.
No, and it's got a nice bit of defense in it that if you bounce wrong, Nick punishes you big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it's got the scrying gem just to pickle it all at the beginning.
Yeah. So he's only got 13 drops, but you can kind of bump that to 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those lists that if he does start to get on the wrong side of a scenario or a game situation, it will fall apart because it's small. But if he doesn't, it will smash.
But then also that basically was happening with me and Nick. Is it was falling apart for him, and then I bounced, and then he wiped, type thing. Yeah. I bounced at almost the really wrong moment, and he managed to pull it all back from that.
I've never played Nick, but that list is just, the Varangur. It's like Undead, isn't it? It's one of those automatic takes, really. If you go in for certain lists, it's hard, punchy, run in, and it does exactly what it says on the tin.
Yeah, I think it's interesting with this scenario. 18 unit strength against 25 is quite a big difference, but I think the Varangur will delete stuff.
They will.
So I'm gonna go for Nick. Go Bristol.
Sorry, Dave.
Okay, sorry, Dave. Do look forward to seeing the Order of the Green Lady out on the table, though. Right. Yep. So let's have a look at what we're playing, Mark. When we've tied Rob up and left him sat under the table.
Yeah, so I haven't properly looked at what we're playing.
Well, we're free dwarf off because he's free dwarves as well.
Okay, yeah. So we got lots of mastiffs.
Yeah, another person who's gone for lots of mastiffs.
Oh, and Hernia's handpicked rangers.
Yeah. So there's two hordes of earth elementals, 1 ranger regiment, which is Hernia's handpicked rangers. I can't remember what it does, but it makes them a lot better. Is it elite and stuff?
Elite, and obviously they've already got scout and bits and pieces. But it's just me. Bob's used that one on me.
Then ironclad with throwing mastiff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mastiff hunting packs with throwing mastiffs. The Kragoth Earth Elemental Bannock.
Yeah, Kragoth and Karlan.
Yeah, then Berserker Lord with Blade of the Beast Slayer on a Brock. 2
Iron Belchers.
And the guy that makes the mastiffs even better with the mastiff munchberries.
Yeah, munchberries. He needs to go.
A stone priest to go behind the Earth Elementals. No Brocks apart from the Brock Lord. It's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, you got the Rangers, but no Brocks riders. No
He's
Brock
going to have
riders.
little stunty legs moving about. This will be an interesting one then.
Yeah.
As we said at the beginning, I know I've been asked since, we'll probably decide on the morning with a dice roll as to whether it's me or Mark that's beating up Rob.
Yeah.
Because obviously, he's... I think he's as much a pain in your neck as he has been in mine. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we will. We could tag team him. It'd be great.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be funny.
Yeah.
Bless him. Right, Masters standings. Here we go. So we'll show everybody our list.
Oh, one of you guys should definitely talk through this one.
I don't mind taking it. Because there's quite a bit. I'll just make it all decent size for everybody.
I actually really like it. I think you just throw stuff in and smash face so fast.
Yeah. Free Dwarf, Brock Riders, Troop. So 4 troops, 1 with fire oil. Then 2 regiments, 1 with Macquars, 1 with Brewer's Strength. So yeah, we're just going to run across and we're going to try things.
And 1 with
3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, missed the J boots up there. 2 Mastiff hunting packs with throwing Mastiff.
Nice.
Berserker Lord with the Blade of Beast Slayer. Berserker Lord Wingy Kingy for Wings of Honey Maze. Very
3 then.
Yeah, it brings his defense down, but he is just painful to get rid of. As Rob knows, he's faced it enough times.
Yep.
Then comes Northern Alliance, so we've gone for allies as well.
So where's shit generals?
Yeah, we are. As I say, I don't mind being a shit general. So Lord on Frostfang with a Snow Fox, nom nom, and Frostfang Cavalry, a horde of. So yeah, this list will go in and munch. Unit strength 20 and 14 drops. So not a lot of drops, but fairly average from Mr. Gunn's predictions. Who also predicted somebody with the surname beginning H will win, but we'll see. So I think me and Mark should abstain from the vote.
You're cold, George.
Okay, well, you've got 2 cannons firing at you as you come across the table. Your Mastiff hunting packs are going to disappear in a blur of Mastiff hunting packs.
Yeah.
So I sort of feel that yours are a bit irrelevant because you've got to send yours forward and they've got to throw their Mastiffs before they get Mastiffs thrown at them. Or they get cannoned, maybe. You are very fast. But are the Ironclad the Defense 6 guys? Is that right? Or is that
I think so.
Iron something else?
Let me have a look.
Oh, wrong. Rob's list.
Yeah, Rob's list. So Dwarves, what we got? Ironclad. No, they're the normal. They're the normal guys. I sort of feel like Robert's list has got the blur of Mastiffs, which will do a lot of damage. Yeah, you do always seem to see a lot of Beast Slayers swords, don't you? Bob's saying defense 5 on the Ironclad as well.
5.
So after the Mastiffs, it doesn't hit very hard.
What, Rob's list? Yeah.
Yeah, crushing 1 on the Earth Elementals, no crushing on the Ironclad. The Mastiff hunting packs, they don't really do much once they've thrown their Mastiffs.
Once we've run the Brocks across him, and obviously a couple of Northern Alliance nasty bits. I do think he's going to get a thousand.
If it can be lined up correctly, your Frostfang or Beast Slayer people will take out Kragoth. So I'm gonna go for you guys. Yeah,
I'll take that.
Cool.
could be a massive.
It's always good to give Rob a battering.
Yeah.
It is, and there's nobody deserves it more. Mr. Guns has asked a question here.
I would. We'll be going for sort of standard UK terrain heights, so 6 for woods and impassable, 3 for hills, 1 for what we call it, obstacles, and completely flat area terrain. Fair question, John. It's not in the pack, but that is just normal for the UK.
A standard clash pack. Bob's giving us a little bit of a tip there, Mark. So we just need to smash face with the Brox.
Yeah, absolutely. Simple, right? You just throw Brox in and they murder things. That's how it works.
Yeah. That's what Brox are designed to do.
Murderizing.
Right. Well, much murderizing, much fun.
Yeah.
I think at this point we have got to nearly 10 o'clock. So, wow.
Time to pick a winner, right? Overall winner prediction.
Well, that is a toughie. I actually think Mike and Tom are very strong contenders for it this year. And they're facing off in the first game. I can see them facing again by the end of it.
Yeah. I was thinking about that earlier today, actually. We do normally in the Masters allow repeat matchups on the second day.
At the end.
If they're needed, Game 5, if it's needed to separate 2 people. Don't think it's fair to make that matchup shift if it's going to be potentially deciding the Masters. So you can't obviously rule Tom out at any point. He's obviously got a very good list. He knows what he's doing. Excellent player. Nick, I think, is going to be up there. Nick Williams.
Wiley.
Sorry, Mike. Like 3 hills. Otherwise, they're just low risers, I think, if they don't even block cavalry line of sight.
That's probably
I actually think that Jonathan Quayle, if he gets a bit of luck, because that list has got to go right. But he does know what he's doing with it. So I think, and also Cy Brand is very good.
Cy's always good
with that Ratkin.
Just saying that everybody in this is so bloody good.
It's true. It is true.
But
I think if I had to pick, I think Tom could still take it.
Yeah.
I think Nick Williams and John Quayle will complete the top 3. That's going to be my prediction.
So I'm going to go for a top 3.
We don't have to. I just felt like it.
Yeah. No, as I say, I think at least top 2 is going to be Tom and Mike, in my view. I don't know which way around they're going to be. And I would probably say Cy, actually. I've seen some good play from Cy over the season. So, and Bob saying not him. It's like, yeah, bless you, Bob. Sorry, I didn't even vote for you. But I should have. I'm mean.
Top 3. Yep, it's still the ambiguous. Tom Robson.
Ubiquitous? Is that what you're looking for?
That's the word. Yeah. I'm mainly in between a few of them, but I think potentially it'll be Chris Lynch and Mike Smith, because the Rats one. It's either going to be Mike Smith or Cy Brand on the Rats. I'm going to shock people.
Yeah.
I think also people underestimate Chris Lynch as well.
I played against him at Clash and he is excellent for sure.
He's excellent.
Yes, I gave 4. But it's thing is, it is bloody hard because there is a lot of everyone's bloody good. So this is not I think no game is going to be an easy win at all in any of the rounds. I've got a feeling it's going to be a tight games each time, and even when you win, you're not going to win big.
Well, on those bombshells, I suppose we shall let everybody retire and say good night to everybody. I'll pop a little music on and I'll chat to you guys in the back room in a second.
Oh, are you back? We're still live.
Oh, yeah. Let's try that again.